Manchester United experienced a promising debut season with manager Erik Ten Hag. It was intended to set the stage for the Dutchman to lead the team to greater achievements. However, 4 months into the current campaign, there's a notable shift in the atmosphere at Old Trafford, and Ten Hag is facing mounting pressure. These are the tactical problems Ten Hag needs to fix at United. After a successful November in the Premier League with 3 consecutive wins, Manchester United faced setbacks in their recent matches against Bournemouth and Newcastle United in the Premier League. Despite not securing maximum points like they did against Chelsea, the games highlighted lackluster performances that are not expected from a team with aspirations for trophies. The Red Devils seem to have lost their intimidating edge that used to make opponents nervous before kickoff. Despite manager Ten Hag's vision of United being the ultimate transition team, the players often appear uncertain about their roles on the field. In the match against Newcastle, Manchester United struggled to determine whether to build up play slowly from the back or play long balls from goalkeeper Andre Onana to striker Anthony Martial. Unfortunately, neither strategy proved successful. Even though Ten Hag has been in charge for 18 months and has brought in players he previously coached, his distinctive style is not yet evident on the team. In the same game, Martial, tasked with leading the line, lacked aggression in challenging defenders and failed to create pressure to regain possession. He was even seen arguing with the manager when asked to press more, and was eventually substituted for Rasmus Højlund after an hour. Højlund showed more determination to disrupt the opposition, but Manchester United's pressing was disjointed compared to Newcastle, who consistently applied pressure in the visitors' half. Despite Onana's skill with the ball at his feet, Newcastle targeted him, exploiting his struggles for form. Interestingly, Nick Pope, his counterpart, who is known to be less comfortable in possession, was not subjected to similar pressure. Newcastle demonstrated how easily United's attacking players can lose their composure under persistent tight pressing. Generating just 1 shot on target at St. James Park Stadium is a performance that doesn't inspire optimism for Man United. And this brings us to United's first crucial problem. United secured a 3rd-place finish last season, but they had the lowest goal tally in the top 6, scoring 58 goals in 38 games. Additionally, they ranked 2nd for big chances missed with 71. Fans anticipated the club addressing this issue by signing an elite striker, despite making it clear that acquiring a number 9 was their priority for the new season, especially when Harry Kane was available. United surprised many by signing the highly regarded but untested 20-year-old Rasmus Højlund. The Dane has shown promise with 5 goals in the Champions League, but has struggled to find the net in the Premier League. Although he may develop into a top-level striker, United struggles for goals for a 2nd consecutive season. After 16 league games, United has scored only 18 goals, with just 5 teams having scored less. Compounding the goal-scoring issue is Marcus Rashford's dip in form. Despite scoring 30 goals in all competitions last season, he has managed only 2 this season, one of which was a penalty. If Rashford were scoring consistently, it would alleviate the pressure on Højlund, but he has struggled to replicate last season's form. Ten Hag has frequently substituted him during games when United desperately needs a goal, such as replacing him after 61 minutes against Newcastle, even when trailing 1-0. Rashford prefers playing on the left of the front 3, but has had to compromise, either starting as the center forward when Højlund was injured or setting up for a place on the right due to Alejandro Garnacho's strong form on the opposite side. The concern for Ten Hag is Rashford's difficulty in overcoming goal-scoring slumps. He only managed 5 goals during the 2021-22 season, and United cannot afford another campaign with such limited productivity. In the 2022-2023 season, United managed only 58 goals, down from an expected 68. As we reach the midpoint of this season, the team has struggled to capitalize on scoring opportunities, producing only 18 goals out of an expected 26. No team in the Premier League underperforms like United. The team's shooting accuracy has not only failed to improve, but has worsened. After a 35% success rate on target last season, United has now recorded a meager 30% shot on goal in the 2023-24 competition. The Dutch tactician consistently leans on the excuse of Manchester United undergoing a process to restore their image as a powerhouse in England and Europe. While this rationale has found support from United fans in his first year as a manager, the faith of supporters has noticeably waned in his second season, and the team still grapples with the persistent issue of ineffective attacks. Defensively, United have conceded 38 goals across all competitions this season, with 21 of them occurring in the Premier League. Their expected goals conceded also rank as the 8th worst in the league, particularly highlighted by Manchester City's 4.0 expected goals in the Old Trafford derby, the second highest recorded by any Premier League team in a single game this season. Ten Hag contends that defending is not solely the responsibility of his defenders. Indeed, issues out of possession higher up the pitch have frequently exposed his back four. Throughout the season, it's been a common sight to witness opponents effortlessly maneuver through United's midfield, arriving unmarked in the box to score. And there are many examples of Ten Hag's 3-1-6 formation that makes their rest defense absent. The lack of players between the first and second line of pressure forces United to play difficult situations, like this pass from Shaw to Garnacho. If United loses the ball here, they are outnumbered in a dangerous area. And when they miraculously progress, the way they still lose the ball in dangerous areas is frightening. Earlier, Ten Hag told the media he couldn't play like he did with Ajax. Many fans were upset with this statement, considering United are a much bigger club than Ajax. However, when looking at something as simple as training videos under Ten Hag, you could easily see the difference between the sequences at United and Ajax. At United's session, the players struggled to string 3 passes together. At Ajax, the players combined with one touch, mixing between short and longer passes based on the pressure. Just better quality to be precise. Without a doubt, United's midfield lacks both flair and substance. Ten Hag initially aimed to field the midfield trio comprising Casemiro, Mason Mount, and Bruno Fernandes. But the combination never quite clicked. Mount, accustomed to operating in the final third at Chelsea, attempted to join Fernandes in advanced positions in the first 2 fixtures, leaving Casemiro overwhelmed. The Brazilian was going through a difficult period before his injury. Some observers argue that at 31, his legs have gone, while others are puzzled by his shift in playing style. He now occupies more attacking areas, displaying little of the tackling, pressing, or counter-pressing expertise that once made him one of the world's best defensive midfielders at Real Madrid. The problem is that United lacks midfielders capable of turning and passing under pressure, making Ten Hag's strong push to acquire Mount instead of a midfielder adept at contributing from deeper positions seem perplexing. This raises questions about checks and balances in United's recruitment department, whether they can suggest alternatives to the manager if they believe his preferred players might be unwise purchases. The confusion regarding the style of football Ten Hag desires from his midfield is proving costly for United. Recent games have witnessed the team almost bypassing the midfield, resorting to longer passes from the back 4 to the front 3. While Ten Hag deserves credit for addressing the accumulated mess and dysfunction at United, he seems oblivious to the fact that his own uncertain midfield choices are exacerbating the team's troubles. Delving into numbers, United's performance in the Premier League after 16 games this season closely mirrors their record at the same stage last year. In the current 2023-24 season, they've played 16 games, securing 9 wins, enduring 7 losses, scoring 18 goals, conceding 21, and accumulating 27 points. Comparatively, after 16 games last season, they had 10 wins, 4 losses, 24 goals scored, 20 goals conceded, and 32 points. While neither performance is exceptional, the most notable difference between this season and the previous one lies in the European competitions. United's inconsistent league form was partially offset by a successful Europa League group campaign last year, winning 5 out of 6 games and scoring 10 goals. However, their performance in the Champions League this season has been disappointing, winning only 1 of 5 games and conceding 14 goals, including 11 in their 3 away matches. Furthermore, there's a lack of notable victories to boost morale. By this point last season, United had defeated top teams like Liverpool, Arsenal, and Tottenham. However, this season, they faced 5 of the current top 10 teams and lost all those encounters. To make things worse, reports from reputable media outlets suggest that 50% of the squad no longer trusts the coach. Ten Hag dismissed these claims, stating, "I am confident that I have the support of all the players." Nevertheless, during the recent game against Newcastle, concerning signs emerged. Instances such as Marcus Rashford expressing frustration, Ten Hag having a dispute with Marshall, or assistant Steve McLaren instructing players to applaud fans at full time indicated a lack of unity within the team. Gary Neville didn't hide his feelings. "I don't want to watch Manchester United again." That is the saddest indication you can have of your favorite club when you feel bored and tired of watching the team play. The Manchester United legend expressed concern that the cycle of failure at United persists due to a lack of a clear playing style. According to Neville, since the conclusion of the Sir Alex Ferguson era, only Louis van Gaal has successfully implemented a game plan that suits the Red Devils' character. Roy Keane sees United's predicament as a more intricate issue. The problem, in his view, stems from the transfer policies bringing in players of mediocre caliber instead of the best ones suited to the team's needs. And when talking about the Ferguson era, United have now lost 35 games at Old Trafford since Sir Alex's retirement in 2013. Which is one more than the 34 losses Ferguson suffered at home during his 26 years in charge. Ultimately, Ten Hag's tactics represent only a fraction of Manchester United's current problems. A managerial change alone won't resolve the Red Devils' issues without a simultaneous shift in the club's work culture and leadership ambition. Ten Hag's struggle to manage the dressing room is a significant concern for United. Without player solidarity, competing with clubs that are showing positive progress this season becomes challenging. Their struggle for the league trophy and the risk of falling behind in European competitions looms large. Do you have faith in Ten Hag that he'll be able to fix United's problems? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. One of the few highlights so far in United's season is the introduction of youngster Kobbie Mainoo. Check out just how good he is in this video next.